Hey guys, welcome to the Touchdown Table. I'm Ryan, that's Tyler, that's Jordan, and we are hyped for week one, first full Sunday of football getting so close. We're all hyped. But before we get there, we know the NFL season is always full of surprises, unexpected twists and turns. So therefore, we are all going to share what we think some big surprises and big surprising storylines of this NFL season could be. Here you are, our bold predictions. Let's get into it.
Yes, so I guess I'll start with it. So, as you may or may not know, DeAndre Hopkins has recently made a goal for himself. Now, in the Texans, I believe it is the weight room, they have a wall, I believe it is, where they write their goals for the season. A lot of people might just write stuff about flexibility, body fat. This is also reported by Mike Garafolo. Shout out to him. But DeAndre Hopkins, that was not his goal. His goal was career-high yards. He wants 2,000 yards. No drops again, and NFL record TDs. I believe that DeAndre Hopkins will get 2 of these records, and he is going to get career high yards, 2,000, and no drops again. I do not think he can beat the touchdown record because there are too many balls to go to receivers on that team. But I think he's going to be able to get 2 of those records that he's two of those goals he is reaching for, which are huge goals for any wide receiver, anywhere. Big goals. I believe that DeAndre Hopkins will be able to reach those goals.
All right, certainly I would have no problem if that happens. So, yeah, very interesting one there. DeAndre Hopkins, obviously, I think he certainly has the potential to do that, but will he do it? We'll see. My bold prediction is about the defensive side of the ball. Specifically, this is going to sound crazy, but I have Danielle Hunter of the Minnesota Vikings winning Defensive Player of the Year.
At least not the Forrest Buckner.
Okay, yeah, Peter Schrager, I don't know about that.
Still love Peter Schrager.
Yeah, but just don't know about that one, Pete. But anywho, Danielle Hunter, 14 and a half sacks last year. I think he's part of a top 5 defensive unit overall. I'm really high on the whole Vikings team. I just think he's one of the best young defensive players in the game. I think his best days are ahead of him, and I really don't need to overanalyze it because I just think he's going to surprise some people. When people think of elite defensive players, they think of Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, J.J. Watt, Von Miller, which don't get me wrong, those guys are all very good at what they do, but I think Danielle Hunter is going to catch the league by storm this year, and by week 8, I think you're going to hear people talking about it a lot more than you were last year. Danielle Hunter is going to win Defensive Player of the Year.
All right, I can somewhat agree with that. Danielle Hunter is a very underrated player. That is a bold prediction, of course. We're doing bold predictions video. As a Bears fan, I don't like that, but there is a chance of that happening. A great player. He's been doing it for a couple years now and hasn't been much recognition, as I mentioned before. So now it's time to get into my bold prediction. As you know, I love the Colts this year. I'm a Bears fan, but I think the Colts were going to be such a great team when they had Andrew Luck. Now, not so much. However, I'm still going to say that this Colts team without Andrew Luck makes the playoffs. That's my bold prediction. Here's why. Jacoby Brissett has played in this offense before. Now he's had these players around him. He's had players like T.Y. Hilton. They've had that chemistry 2 years ago in the 2017 year. I think he'll be able to do most of the things that Andrew Luck can do. Of course, he's not going to have that presence on the field, but he's going to be able to do enough to get them to a 9-7 record and get them into the playoffs. Their defense is going to hold up for them. Of course, Darius Leonard on that defensive rating defensive rookie of the year is going to help them as well. But overall, I think this Colts squad is a very solid team. Not just at the quarterback position. They didn't need just Andrew Luck to get to the playoffs. I believe they still make it to the playoffs without Andrew Luck.
Before I go on to mine, because are we going back to Jordan or are we going to Snake?
Jordan.
Oh, we go back to Jordan?
Yeah.
But can I just say one thing really quick? I want to ask Tyler. Okay.
Yeah.
So you think the Colts are going to get to the playoffs?
Yes.
Do they win a playoff game?
I am undecided on that.
Okay.
And are they in the wild card spot?
They are in the wild card
The
spot.
Jaguars make a wild card spot as well.
What?
Do the Jaguars make a wild card appearance as well?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead.
Okay. Well, that's fair. I mean, obviously, you don't know who they'd end up playing in the playoffs.
Exactly.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So that is bold, though, especially with Andrew Luck retiring weeks before the season. So now we're going back to Jordan, correct?
Yes, back to me. So here I'm going with my second bold prediction. Now, before I make this prediction, I understand that we did a stat video, and this is not the stat that I had. But I'm getting bold here, and we're changing the stat, at least somewhat in this video. So this stat here is for
His
Computer's
battery's
low on
running
battery.
low. His battery's running low. Hurry up.
That's
Speed
fine.
it
I
up.
don't need this computer anyway, so I'll just turn it off real quickly. But my bold stat is going to go for passing yards. Now, before I said that Patrick Mahomes, I think I said Patrick Mahomes
You
is
did.
going to get passing yards.
that's correct.
I'm going to say that Matt Ryan is going to get
Hey,
the
that's
most
what I
passing yards.
said. Welcome to
this
the
year.
team. Yeah,
Yes.
Matt Ryan gang.
And over Patrick Mahomes, he's going to get over. What did Patrick Mahomes have last year? 5,000, 50. It was something one of those numbers. I don't remember which exact one it was, but he's going to get over what Patrick Mahomes had last year.
5,097.
5,097. He's going to get over that, and he's going to have the most passing yards this year.
Well, I guess two of you guys.
Yeah,
at the
that
table have
makes too.
that bold
I agree with
prediction.
the most passing yards part. Yeah.
So
So
Ryan has 3 bold predictions. this
Yeah, there you
year.
go. So, you ready for my second one?
We
Yes,
are.
I
Or
am.
whatever, second, third. So my next one is about the New England Patriots, and we know the Patriots, especially with Antonio Brown now, Josh Gordon coming back, having Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. But my bold prediction is that the New England Patriots do not get a first round bye this year. And I know it almost seems like a given that the Patriots get a first round bye. It's even more of a given that they win the AFC East, but I know it's just over these past years, it always seems that they're the 1 or the 2 seed. And honestly, years that they end up with a 2 seed, that's almost seen as like a letdown for the Patriots. And you know, they've been in the AFC Championship for I don't even know how many consecutive years. So I don't know if this is a 2-part one, but do I want to say Patriots do not get a first round bye, and the Patriots do not play in the AFC title game. I don't mean to hate on the Patriots. I still think they're a very solid team and easily the best team in the AFC East. But this is more due to the up-and-coming talent in other AFC contenders. Kansas City, you got Patrick Mahomes, up-and-coming talented young quarterback. Deshaun Watson, Texans, up-and-coming talented young quarterback. I actually have the Chiefs and the Texans getting those first-round byes that the Patriots missed out on. You know, they're called bold predictions for a reason, so if you disagree, call me crazy, but I think New England misses out on a first-round bye due to some of these younger teams kind of slowly but surely beginning to take the crown in the AFC as we begin to find out the Patriots have been that dominant team in the AFC for pretty much as long as we've been alive. Who's it going to be post-Brady? Who's the next AFC superpower? Chiefs, Texans, someone else? Patriots do not get a first-round bye this
Quick
year.
question. You kind of already answered it, but if the Patriots do not get a bye, you said Chiefs, Texans, probably your 2 teams that would get the bye.
Yeah, Chiefs
As
get the
right
1
now.
seed, Texans get the 2 seed.
All right.
Patriots get the 3 seed.
All right, 3 seed for the Patriots. I think that is a very bold prediction. Of course, we've seen the Patriots, as you mentioned, get into the 1st and 2nd seed for a long time coming now. I'm gonna stick with the AFC of a prediction here. I'm going with a Denver Broncos prediction. Probably not something you expected to see in this video, but here's my bold prediction. By the end of the season, the Denver Broncos will have the best defense in the league this year.
Ooh.
And here's why. I'm going to keep saying here's why every time. Okay.
Here's why.
So, of course, Von Miller. A huge.
Of course.
Of course. You can't forget about Von Miller. One of the best defensive players in the league. Helped the Broncos get to the Super Bowl that one year. He's been a huge presence as well. Bradley Chubb they drafted last year in the 1st round. Just both of them in general. I feel like it's going to be so huge for that Broncos defense. Teams are going to have a hard time getting past it. I mean, you can keep looking. There's players like Derek Wolfe, who's been there for a while. Todd Davis, Chris Harris Jr., one of the best cornerbacks in the game. Bryce Callahan, who came over from the Bears. Kareem Jackson as well. I mean, they have a very stacked roster, not to mention they drafted Draymond Jones. They got a steal for Draymond Jones, I believe.
When did they get him, you know?
I don't, but I don't remember exactly what round it was.
I can
I'm
remember.
sure it was a steal. Because I had him very high on my list. And of course, don't forget about that defense or the defense coordinator / the coach, Vic Fangio. What he did last year with the Bears. The Bears were the best defense in the league last year. I believe he's going to carry that with him to the Broncos team and make that defense the best defense in the NFL this year.
Yeah, just what you said about Draymond Jones. He was round 3, pick 71, and I did have him going higher than I'd say. I think I had him at a high 2nd round pick, so certainly a solid pick for Denver. And now you're going, right?
Are we doing 3?
Oh, you want to do 3? Or you want to?
What are you going to do, 2 or 3?
Alright. Well, I had two in my mind. I'll try to
Okay.
think of one more, but I'll let you guys go if you have three right now. So
Ryan, do you have one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with one. This is a little bit more negative. I'm not hating. This is just what I think. This is just like, if you're a fan of this team I'm gonna talk about, you're probably gonna be really mad. But I'm not hating on your team. But my prediction is that the Carolina Panthers win less than 6 games this year. And I know you're probably thinking, why? Cam Newton's coming back and McCaffrey, but I don't know. I'm just not seeing the potential in the Panthers. I'm not a big fan of Cam Newton. You know, I just think that like he has his flashes here, but sometimes he's a little inconsistent. You know, that defense is solid, but some parts of it are aging. I do think McCaffrey's a great running back, but I don't see Carolina really contending in the NFC South like some others do. I think that's a tough division, especially with the Saints and the Falcons. Tampa, I think they could beat, but Carolina, I just don't see them competing with the guys in this division. You know, like the receiving core, like, okay, you got some solid players here. Funchess left, but, you know, you got Chris Hogan coming in. So there's a little bit, but I don't know what people are seeing in Carolina. You got Luke Kuechly on defense, but, you know, like, I see some good players, but I just don't see enough of those good players around the field to build a complete team that can contend. If you're a Panthers fan, I'm sorry. I'm just not super optimistic about your team. Panthers win less than 6 games in 2019.
Jordan, you have yours?
I do have mine.
All right.
All right. So my prediction is now a kind of a record prediction, kind of like Ryan's just was, and mine is a prediction of the New York Giants. I believe that the New York Giants will have a 500 record this year.
Ooh,
They will go at least 8-8, and I understand there are questions about this team, especially the offense, but also the defense. It doesn't get talked about. The defense is not too great, but Eli Manning, it's not his first time out there. He knows what he's doing. He knows his job is in the line. He's going out there to fight for that. Saquon Barkley, offensive rookie of the year last year, coming into his second year. He's gonna have another good year. Sterling Shepard, what is this his junior season? I don't remember what year he came into it.
I'll
He's
look it
looking
up for
me.
you.
Thanks, my stat guy. But I think he's gonna have a breakout year this year. Evan Ingram, I don't know. I think this is his. I don't know what season this is for. That might be junior as well. But he's gonna have a good year this year. He's really gonna be a breakout player, a breakout tight end. 2016 round 2.
That's when he was drafted.
Yes. And then Golden Tate coming back. People say he's old. I believe he's able to put stuff together. And I'm not saying by any means that this Giants offense is going to be great, or this Giants team is going to be great. But they're going to have enough will to go out there and try to win games and put themselves in position to win games. And the Giants, I mean, it's not like the Giants always get blown out. They're sometimes close in games, and sometimes there are teams that pull up upsets on teams a lot of the time. So I think the Giants are going to be able to get it done to get to 8-8, maybe higher, but I don't think much higher than 8-8. 8 is probably the record prediction I have for them at the moment.
Yeah. One quick thing. So, like, that's a bold prediction. But I'm interested in this because 8-8, that could be one win away from a playoff spot. So where do you think that at least 8-8 record sets the Giants in the NFC East standings when it's all said and done?
I think that the Giants will end up in 3rd place. I think
Okay.
the Redskins will take last place in that.
Really?
I know you're very high in the Redskins, but I do not see the potential yet for the Washington Redskins. I think next year they're going to have a pretty good season, but I want to see Haskins develop. Case Keenum's a good quarterback, but I want to see this team. This team's never had great wide receivers. I believe Jordan Reed is out for the first game.
He's always
Yeah.
injured.
So, it just the whole thing is not there for the Redskins. For me.
Watch out for their backfield, though.
position.
I'm telling you. I just want to get on for you. Watch out for their
That's true.
backfield.
They have a pretty deep backfield.
They do.
There is Geis, Adrian Peterson, Chris Thompson,
Bryce Love.
Bryce Love,
Oh, yeah.
Bryce Love.
Bryce
We
Love.
said that kind of funny.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn for the
It is.
last bold prediction of this video. So, my bold prediction will be Carson Wentz
Oh, God.
will be in the top 3 for the MVP candidates.
I'm going to
I
head
have him in
out.
fantasy football. Thanks,
No.
bud.
You're
I'm
welcome.
head out.
Yeah.
Now,
Little memery in this video. But go ahead.
I think the Eagles in general are going to be a great team this
Oh.
year.
That's-
It hurts to say the Eagles, obviously, beat us in the the Bears in the playoffs last year.
Yes.
But I really think it's true. What they've done in Philadelphia is incredible, and I think Carson Wentz has so much potential. Here, he has a 63.7% completion percentage in his career, which is not the best. But last year he had 7 interceptions, and so he did in his 2017 year when he was close to winning MVP as well before he got hurt, and the Eagles went on to win the Super Bowl. Now, of course, I didn't say that he was going to win the MVP. I said he's going to be in the running, top three candidates for that. He's a dark horse candidate to win the MVP, I believe. He's got weapons around him. Of course, Alshon Jeffrey, a huge addition last year for when he was there. He didn't have the best year last year. But I do think Nick Foles is gone now. The team is Carson Wentz's again. He has nothing to worry about. He doesn't have to worry about the backup quarterback coming in and taking his spot. The team's his. He's going to be able to calm down. It might take him a little bit, but he's going to get back into his groove, just like he was, similar to his 2017 year when he almost won the MVP before he got injured, and be a top 3 candidate for the MVP this year.
Just real quickly.
No.
No.
Just no. I just want to say that. Sorry. I mean, I just don't see it.
This is kind of a side note, somewhat of a side note, but was it the Eagles that signed? Who was it? Josh
McCown.
Josh
Yeah.
McCown.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it was. So. That
Yeah,
was,
but
not that he has to worry about Josh McCown that much. But just
Yeah.
that was just a question that I had in my mind. But also news for you guys if you know that. That was a little bit ago. But.
Yeah, and Carson Wentz just hasn't proven it to me yet. I haven't bought into him yet. I've seen little bits there, but I just haven't seen, the 2 major injuries that early in his career I think is tough. And then really, the Eagles, like, you talk about, they did do great things, but at the greatest of those things were, like, a.k.a. the Super Bowl run, was with Nick Foles at quarterback. So, I mean, I get it. This is a bold prediction video, so we're all bound to have different reactions to what we all say, but I'm just not convinced yet.
all right, I mean, I can respect that,
Yeah.
but just to counter-argument a little bit here,
I mean, the chance of any of these predictions actually being true, if we're going really bold with them,
Yeah.
not very high.
But at the end of
so.
the season, we'll rewatch this video, and
Yeah.
we'll be sure to tell you guys
Yeah.
if any came true.
and as I was going to say, you're very high on Jared Goff this year.
I am.
He hasn't proven much more than Carson Wentz has, other than the injury problem. He wasn't very good in that Super Bowl game. He did have a solid playoff run.
He
But
did have a
you
solid-
can't blame Carson Wentz for something that he couldn't control. The injuries he can't
Okay.
control. In that playoff run, we don't know what could have happened in that.
How many
playoff
solid
run.
playoff runs has Carson Wentz had?
How many chances has he had to have a solid playoff run?
Exactly. So until he does, you have no proof.
Well,
He's
to be
never
fair,
played in a
Jared
playoff
Goff
game.
only had one and it
Yeah, Jared Goff
wasn't finished solid. So
Okay, but I don't want to turn this into a debate. But
Yeah.
Jared Goff, like,
I just want
Okay,
to.
yeah, he did. He did Super Bowl. Honestly, the whole Rams offense came out flat. Is Jared Goff part of that? Yeah. But the NFC Championship, say what you want about the call, but I think Jared Goff, I don't care what happens. You go into New Orleans and you win in a playoff game in the Superdome, I think pretty much every player on that Rams football team deserves some sort of credit because that's one of the toughest plays in the NFL to play. And then that game against Dallas had a good defense. Jared Goff did good. So Jared Goff did do some good things in the playoffs. Maybe Carson Wentz surprises me and does the same. Who knows? But,
Yeah. I just wanted to.
yeah, no, believe me, they were picked. Remember, they were picked like at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very competitive between these two players. I just wanted to say that point. It's not
Yeah, no.
unspeakable for that to happen, as Ryan thinks it is. All right, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up before it spirals out into
Yeah.
who knows what.
Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below if you agree with our bold predictions or if you completely disagree with them. If you completely disagree with them, we understand. They're bold predictions. That's what they're about. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we will see you guys later.
see ya.
See ya.